I think what I can add to the conversation is the perspective of an academic who teaches privacy law. And what I would say by way of introduction is I also teach tort law, which is the study of civil wrongs, things like battery and negligence and medical malpractice. And in tort law, we look at a lot of cases involving steam engines and locomotives that generate sparks and that put things like piles of hay on fire. And so we look at all these old cases, and then finally the law of negligence, really around the 1950s, 1960s, finally gets sorted out and takes its modern form. And so I also wonder whether for privacy, if we're really just at the start of this process, and we're living in the age of the spark-generating locomotives that are creating these privacy harms to people and data security harms to people, and we're struggling the same way the English and American judges of that earlier 19th century era are struggling. I guess what I would add is, so the concept of a right to be forgotten or delete is not completely unknown to U.S. law. And the example would be the Fair Credit Reporting Act, a 1970s law, which says that companies have to use current information defined in the law when making decisions whether to grant or deny credit. So a freshness of data concept. At the same time, as Jules has said, absolutely, the First Amendment tradition in the U.S. is really quite different than that in Europe. And there's just a different kind of culture about that in the U.S., and that's going to be a difficult discussion.